So our second to the last trip was going to the coastal plain, and for this we actually checked out Little Ocmulgee State Park, a place that's kind of familiar to me. I've done some other field work and stuff there. Over there you have some really cool Pleistocene river dunes that were created, I guess late Pleistocene, something like that. Most of these dunes are anywhere from 20,000 to 25,000 years old, and pretty high. And how they were created was that they came up, sand was blown off of the Little Ocmulgee River when it was a braided stream, and blew up onto the side and accumulated over time. But what's really interesting is that you see some very interesting plants down there that you don't usually get to see anywhere else, like turkey oaks, and you really get to see a lot of high variability of plant conditions and soil conditions. It's really interesting to see how actually dry it is up there at the top, because I mean, of course it's sand, it drains, you know, like nobody's business. So really, it was a really cool opportunity to go see all that. Here's some of my videos, some of the things, sights and sounds, and some of the plants that I got to see while we're up on top of the sand hills and river dunes. So we're at Little Ocmulgee State Park, down near McRae, Georgia. We're probably 20-30 miles that direction from there. Over there is going to be the lake where the Little Ocmulgee River is dammed up. We're about to go into the Oak Trail, which is going to take us over some dunes. Might go see a little bit of wetlands. Maybe if I can convince them to come in there. We've got all sorts of really neat deciduous trees around here. Not too many pines. Well, I mean, a fair amount, I guess. But look at all the Spanish moss. Isn't that cool? It's warm today. It feels like it's in the 80s, but got a nice breeze, so that makes life okay. So yeah, but I will do some more video once we get out here on the trail. I'm ready. Come on. Trees. This is southern magnolia. I think it's Magnolia grandiflora, maybe. Here's one of the leaves, some kind of thing on it. Pretty cool. Kind of fuzzy on the backside. Kind of waxy on the top. Very thick. Kills out all the other herbaceous layer down underneath it. That's what these leaves are for. Keeps anything else from sprouting up. So over here we have a very hydric environment, brown with got the brown tannins in the water over there.
So we'll see the turkey oak here.
Oh, look at what we found here. Red velvet ant. I'm going to try to stay away from it. So a lot of these things we're seeing on the side are going to be sparkleberries. They're really rounded leaves, really shiny. They're pretty much everywhere. All along the side there's some. And then there's gopher apple, which is this little guy right here. It doesn't look like it grows more than, you know, a foot or two off the ground. Long leaves. Kind of weird looking. They're kind of unusual shape. They're definitely not symmetrical. None of them are. They're kind of. So this is Yaupon. It's a type of holly, and apparently, according to the sign over here, the Indians used to use it as used to make a drink out of the leaves, and it would purge them for battle, get them ready. And it has a lot of caffeine in the leaves. Apparently, I'm not gonna, since they make drinks that make them throw up out of it, I'm not gonna try it. But it is related to the holly tree. This is a river sand dune area, river sand dune community. Very open canopy. We've got sand post oaks everywhere. So we're now up on top of the dune. Kind of familiar territory to me. pretty much just turkey oaks. Got some longleaf pines here. They're probably really old too. Most of these turkey oaks are really old as well. You can tell the turkey oak because it looks like turkey tracks. Pretty cool. But all stunted trees. You know, some longleaf pine. These longleaf pines are pretty good size. You can tell it's been, well, hadn't been very dry out here, but some of them are kind of turning a little bit brown. So these are, as of yet, unnamed little white flowers. I mean, they're very tiny.
Like over here, right? Standing over here where Paulita is.
See in my hand right here.
Very, very dry. Very dry.
Plant is as of yet to be unidentified.
Yeah, right? Terrible.
Kind of yellowish. Yellowish stem, pointed leaves. Pine in the rocket stage. You can see how big it is. Pretty good size. So moving on up, slowly but surely. Things grow a lot slower up here because of, you know, there's not very much moisture, not very much nutrients, just really sand all the way up and down, just quartz sand. Really soft sand. How soft this is. This is all was in the riverbed at one point. All quartz, all of it. Ferns here. Kind of one of the few dry ferns. Really kind of thick leaves, kind of tough. Very tough. So, pretty neat. We got some Georgia mint here.
Oh wow, smell it.
I can smell it from right here. It always goes in dry areas.
Partial cane break.
Plant that's as of yet to be unidentified.
Cane.
Dr. Edwards thinks that might be a St. John's wort. It's got little red berries.
It almost looks like cane does, and so this is
A little red berry.
potentially the flood zone.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was some of the things, sights and sounds that I saw. As you go down the dune, you get into a little bit of an old kind of wetland area, and of course it goes into a straight up swamp, but that's man-made, and we'll have some video of that here in a second too. But really, you'll see a lot of things change. It changes completely from being very open to being very close canopy, straight up forest, and still kind of, it's pretty music, but really this area, even some of it's actually straight up wetland. It's been around for a long time. It's kind of a remnant of the, I guess of one of the stream beds, from what I remember from geomorphology. But yeah, so here it is, holly. A really, really big one. This thing's probably 80, 100 years old, man. It's huge. And see, we've got a whole bunch of holly leaves along the ground. Pick one up. Get that ant off of it. There it is. Notice the spikes on the leaves. Back in here. That's that guy right there. We're down in more of the wet area. It's wetlands on either side. Well, we're going downhill. You probably can't tell with this wide angle lens, but down off in this area, it's going to be all wet, completely waterlogged throughout the year, pretty much. It's getting kind of darker. There's an ironwood with its alternate leaves, kind of sawtoothy. Heading down into the real wetland here. This is all standing water. As the trees have changed completely. Just a few pine trees. I guess there looks like loblolly and one other. I don't know what that type that is. Not spruce pine. Did see a couple of those over here though. here we are on the boardwalk. Little Ocmulgee Park down in the wetlands. Beautiful. Quiet. Not too terribly many mosquitoes. Except for Paulita. Who's right here. Say hi. So, we're here. It's beautiful. Really dark. These are going to be gum trees. Some of them black gum, but mostly Tupelo gum. And they have these leaves right here. I'll snag one off of here. There you go. So those were some of the sights and sounds. From the trip to the coastal plain. What a cool place. It's my second time being back in the woods at Little Ocmulgee. And I would love to get back there and do some more work and check it out a little bit more in depth. Of course, all the geomorphology is what's really interesting part to me. But you know, there's a lot of different animals and stuff there too. The gopher tortoise was there. I think we saw some kind of burrows for some little critters. I'm not sure of what it was exactly. But I mean, so much life out there that you really don't get to see anywhere else in the state. High diversity, lots of different insect species. Got to see a fair amount. A lot of them I didn't get to capture on video just because they were so quick. But you did see one. Lots of different birds. I mean, an incredible amount of birds, and you'll hear them all throughout the videos. Well, you would have just heard them all throughout the videos. Really, really cool place. I think it's kind of underrated, and you know, a lot of people don't understand that we even have these dunes here in the state of Georgia, and really they're just pretty recently coming to be really well known and really well studied. But yeah, hopefully we'll get some more insight into those things, and soon we'll know a lot more about them and a lot more how to manage them and preserve them. But it'll take time. But for now, I'm really glad that it's there. I'm really glad that we got to go to it.